treatise, which, we flatter ourselves, will fully satisfy the reader, for the main part he will not understand, another part he will not believe, and the rest he will laugh at. Footnote on the big work. This refers to his purchase of Swedenborg's Arcana. Part first, which is dogmatic. Chapter first. A complicated metaphysical knot which can be untied or cut according to choice. If we put all together that the schoolboy rehearses, that the crowd relates, and that the philosopher demonstrates about spirits, this would seem to constitute no small part of our knowledge. Nevertheless, I dare assert that all these smatterers could be placed in a most awkward embarrassment if it should occur to somebody to insist upon the question just what kind of a thing that is about which these people think they understand so much. The methodical talk of learned institutions is often simply an agreement to beg a question which is difficult to solve by the variable meaning of words. For we seldom hear at academies the comfortable and oft-times reasonable, "I do not know." Certain newer philosophers, as they like to be called, overcome this question easily. A spirit, they say, is a being possessed of reason. Then it is no miracle to see spirits, for he who sees men sees beings possessing reason. But, they continue, this being in man, possessing reason, is only a part of man, and this part, the animating part, is a spirit. Very well then. Before you prove that only a spiritual being can have reason, take care that first of all I understand what kind of conception I must have of a spiritual being. Self-deception in this matter, while large enough to be seen with eyes half open, is moreover of very evident origin. For, later on and in old age, we are sure to know nothing of that which was very well known to us at an early date, as children, and the man of thoroughness finally becomes at best a sophist in regard to his youthful delusions. Thus I do not know if there are spirits, yea, what is more, I do not even know what the word spirit signifies. But as I have often used it myself, and have heard others using it, something must be understood by it, be this something mere fancy or reality. To evolve this hidden meaning, I will compare my badly understood conception of it with sundry cases of application, and by observing with which it conforms, and to which it is opposed, I hope to unfold its hidden sense. Footnote on hidden sense. If the conception of a spirit were something taken out of our own empirical conceptions, the procedure to make it clear would be easy, for we should only have to point out those characteristics which the senses reveal to us in that kind of beings, and whereby we distinguish them from material things. But people talk of spirits even while it is doubtful if there are such beings. Thus the conception of spiritual nature cannot be drawn from experience. But if you ask, how could this conception arise at all, if not from experience? I answer, many conceptions arise in secret and obscure conclusions incidental to experiences, and afterwards are transmitted to other minds without even the consciousness of that experience or conclusion which has first established the conception. Such conceptions may be called surreptitious. Many of that kind are partly only delusions of imagination, partly also true, since obscure conclusions do not always err. Usage, and the context in different accounts in which the same expression is found, give to the expression a definite meaning. This meaning can, therefore, be evolved by drawing this hidden sense out of its obscurity, through a comparison of sundry cases of application, so as to see with which it agrees and which it contradicts. End of footnote. Take, for example, the space of a cubic foot, and suppose something filling this space, that is, resisting the intrusion of any other thing. Then nobody would call the substance occupying that space spiritual. It evidently would be called material, because it is expanded, impenetrable, and, like everything corporeal, subject to divisibility and to the laws of impact. Thus far we are still on the smooth track of other philosophers. But imagine a simple being and impart to it at the same time reason. Would that then comprise the meaning of spirit? To discover this, I will leave to the aforesaid simple being reason as an inequality, and will consider that being only in its external relations. And now I ask, if I want to place this simple substance in that space of 1 cubic foot, which is full of matter, would a single element have to make room for it, so that the spirit might enter? You think yes? Very well. Then this supposed space would have to lose a second elementary particle, were it to take in a second spirit, and thus, if you keep on, a cubic foot of space would be filled with spirits whose mass exists just as well by impenetrability as if it was full of